Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. I'm starting a new grift where people pay me $40 and in return, I provide a service that is a dedicated video on whatever topic you want. If you are interested in a video personalized just for you, email me, okay? There's a pinned comment in this chat or in the chat, and then there's going to be a pinned comment in the video. You can email me and I'll make you a dedicated video. This video is a paid video. Somebody paid me to make this, and therefore I'm going to make it. I'm even going to put a robe on to be a little bit more professional. So we're going to talk about the Certified Government Financial Manager certification, because a lot of people have noticed that I have this certification. I'm also a certified public accountant. I have accounting experience in the government, the federal government specifically at NASA. I have experience in public accounting, specifically taxation. I did individual, corporate, basically all sorts of tax returns, except for nonprofits. And I now work in corporate accounting as a senior accountant. So I've got multiple exposures to, different fields of accounting. Government is its very own beast, okay? When you learn accounting in college, it's very unique. It's very different. Government accounting, at least, it's very unique. It's very different. There's not really many similarities between government and actual private sector accounting. Why is that? Well, in the government, it's all about adhering to budgets and making sure that you don't overspend it. In the government, you get an allotted budget, and then you use government accounting to set aside funds and make sure that you don't overspend. And you're kind of tracking the whole process from getting appropriations all the way down to paying the vendors that you're supposed to be paying for whatever you're doing in the government. So if you are a government accountant or you want to be a government accountant, the question is, do you want to become a certified government financial manager? So let's go ahead and read this guy's question. And I kept him anonymous because he asked, okay? I can hear my kids screaming in the background. I get no peace in this house. I have watched your videos about your time working for the federal government. I used to work at NASA as an accountant and saw that you earned your CGFM. I did. I'm a proud CGFM. I wanted to know if you considered earning the CGFM to be worthwhile and how, if it has benefited you while working for the government or outside the government. So to begin with, is the CGFM worthwhile and has it benefited you while working for the government? So I will say that the CGFM is definitely worthwhile, okay? When you do the CGFM, you're basically learning the foundations of government accounting. Like I said, when you're in college, you're probably not going to learn a bunch of government accounting, okay? You're going to learn about financial accounting, you're going to learn about managerial accounting, you're going to learn about auditing, you're going to learn about taxation, you're going to learn all that stuff. But where is it where people actually learn about government accounting? Maybe you get one class in it. Maybe you get some exposure to it. But in college, you're not really going to get that much of government accounting. And when you take the CPA exam, if you decide to take it, you'll get a little bit of government accounting. It's part of the exam. It's part of one exam, but it's not like this comprehensive thing. What the CGFM does is it's basically like, how would I describe it? Like a certificate in government accounting. It's a little more focused. It isn't going to make you an expert at government accounting. But if you want to make a career out of government accounting, you 100% want to get the CGFM, okay? For two main reasons. Number one, it teaches you the foundations of government accounting. If you want to be all you can be in the government and you want to be a government accountant, you have to understand what's going on. Okay, you have to understand the big picture, because if you join your job, right, you start a government job in accounting and you're doing what they tell you to do. Like, for example, I started doing travel authorizations. That was my job. I was worked in the travel office. The travel office. This is Mel speaking. That's what I did. Okay, but there was actually some government accounting going on in the background. Whenever I'd approve an authorization, I'd actually be obligating funds, setting aside funds. That was actually happening in our accounting system, SAP. But if you're there and you're working as a government accountant and you don't really understand what's going on, you're never really going to develop into a potential future leader in the government. Now, there's more to getting promoted in the government, obviously, than just having good technical knowledge. But to even have a chance of getting up there, unless you want to be totally incompetent, you have to understand the basics of government accounting. So when I took it, it taught me a lot about government accounting. I did a little bit during the CPA exam, like I said. Wait, I forgot. Did I do CGFM first or second? I actually forgot. I think I did it first, maybe before the CPA exam. But it taught me like a ton about government accounting. I was not an expert in it, but it's way more than you're going to get from college. Okay. So you definitely want to take the CGFM just to understand how it works. Okay. That is essential to helping your government career. Now, the second reason you may want to consider it is because it can potentially help you get a promotion over somebody. For example, I'm no longer in the government. Okay. I'm out of the government except for the Army. Okay. But I'm not a government accountant anymore. But if you are in the government and you're coming up for a promotion, right? You're looking for a GS-14 job. And there's two candidates. They're both equally rated. They're both equally amazing. Okay. Most candidates are amazing, right? Who's going to get the promotion? Who's going to get the promotion? I would say the CGFM, Certified Government Financial Manager, can't hurt you. Okay. It can't hurt you. Does it mean you're a great government accountant? No, you could pass the exam and be an absolute moron. But still, if you have the certification, it will set you apart. It's like the CPA license in the private sector. Can you be a CFO without a CPA? Sure. Can you be a great CFO without a CPA? Sure. The CPA exam is just a test. Okay. It means you could be great at studying for tests and still suck as an accountant. Okay. The CPA, but what it does is it distinguishes you and it opens doors. I have a much easier time finding jobs because I am a CPA. Even if I was just as good without the CPA license, when somebody gets my resume, the first 3 words on there are certified public accountant. Those are the first 3 words on my resume. It helps me get jobs. So if you're working in the government, federal government, or even state and local, by having that credential, it sets you above the pack. Doesn't mean you're great, but it sets you above the pack. And it's really not a hard exam. Okay, well, it's 3 exams. It's really not that hard to get. So I would 100% encourage it because, number one, you're learning the basics of government accounting. If you want to be a great government accountant, you have to know the basics. Even if you're like get promoted automatically, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to cap out. Okay, if you don't really understand the core concepts behind what you're doing, you're not going to be as great of a government accountant as you could be if you actually knew the underlying reasons that you're doing things in the government. It would make it clicks. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. So that's that. What else did he say? Did it benefit me while working for the government? No, specifically, like I said, it didn't benefit me because I didn't stay in long enough when it comes to promotions. I didn't stay in the government long enough, but it did help me learn what I was doing. Things clicked and made way more sense when I was in the government. Basically, okay, so let's continue reading. Let me share my screen because you people can follow along. Okay. I can't see what you're talking about, strong man. Basically, is it actually useful on its own, aside from adding to a CPA certification? So I think I answered that question. It's useful if you work for the government. Now, if you're not in the government, I guess it could still help you because there's a lot of contract jobs out there. Okay, there's a lot of contract jobs out there. Not everybody that works in a government-related field is actually a government person. But I can tell you, if you're like an auditor, if you audit government financials, yeah, I think that would help stand out. Okay, if you want a job auditing government financial statements, I 100% think having a CGFM would 100% help you stand out. Okay, let's keep reading. I'm currently a federal employee and just recently earned the CGFM, hoping it will help me move into an accountant position with the government. Great. I mean, go on USA Jobs and type in CGFM. See what pops up. I guarantee you, if you're applying for government jobs, like if I wanted to get back in the government, I would be a shoo-in. I would be a shoo-in for the government. Why? Because I want a government accounting job. Oh, I already have government accounting experience. I'm a CPA, and I have the CGFM. I have the most pristine resume you could possibly imagine as a government accountant. That I'm not even worried. If I wanted a government accounting job, I could get one in a heartbeat. Okay. Well, obviously, it takes time. You got to apply, and then some clowns will reject you because they're stupid, or they'll have an internal hire or whatever. But yeah, I'm if I really desperately needed a government job, having the CPA, CGFM, and the CPA is 100% amazing. So you should definitely, it's definitely going to benefit you, even if it's just learning and becoming better. Now, I don't know if you're a CPA. Hold on, let's keep reading. I have an accounting bachelor's and I'm working on the master, but I think I'd have to leave to get experience if I want to qualify for the CPA. Okay, here's another way the CGFM can help you. One of the hardest parts about the CPA exam is the government accounting portion, especially specifically the financial accounting and reporting exam. The government accounting portion is the hardest part. At least a lot of people think that. Okay, I thought the hardest part was auditing because I hate auditing. It's for some reason it reminds me of the military. It's like structured and like, yeah, do this, and you gotta do this, and you gotta test for this, and you gotta do this. No, I'm good. So anyway, so if you have the CGFM, the knowledge, once you learn the CGFM and then you take the CPA exam and you have questions on government accounting, it's like, oh, obligations, cost, disbursements, the different types of funds, modified accrual, this, that. It helps you with the CPA exam 100%. I was not stressed about government accounting at all when I was taking the CPA because I had the CGFM. So it 100% is worth it. So if you've already passed it and you already have it's not a license, it's a certification. If you have it, keep it. Okay. It costs you $85 a year. I almost didn't renew it, but I was like, why not? Let's say worst case, I want to go back into government accounting. It cost me $85 a year plus some CPEs to maintain this certification. It really isn't that bad. So if you're curious more about the CGFM certification, here it is. It's a professional certification awarded by AGA, the Association of Government Accountants, demonstrating competency in government accounting, auditing, financial reporting, internal controls, and budgeting at the federal, state, and local levels. Yeah, it helps you with all levels of the government, okay? I would even say it's more state and local focused, being perfectly honest, than it is about federal government accounting. So how do you become a CGFM? Well, you got to do the ethics, okay? Everybody's ethical. You have to have a bachelor's degree in any subject. Okay, you don't even have to have an accounting degree to be a CGFM. Interesting. Pass 3 comprehensive CGFM sort of examinations, which I think they're a couple $100 each. And then, like I said, you got to buy the study materials too, so that's going to cost you money. So it might cost you $1,000 or more to get this certification. But if you want to be a good government accountant and you want to open your horizons and potentially be more employable than another candidate, yeah, I think it's worth it. Okay, and then experience, have at least 2 years of professional level experience in government. Oh, that was the funny thing. I think I took the CGFM exam first, but I couldn't use the credential until after I got my CPA license, because the CPA is only like 1 year of experience, at least where I live. And even though I finished the CGFM before, I was a CPA before I was a CGFM, which was absolutely hilarious to me because the CPA exam is way harder. Okay, so if you want to know more about the exams, and the guy that requested this video obviously already knows about it, you learn about the government environment, which if you work for the government, you need to understand this stuff. Okay, like how can this hurt you? Oh, it costs you some money. But you learn about the organization of the government. You learn about legally based implications of the government financial environment. You learn about the government financing. Oh, this stuff can't hurt. This would not hurt you at all. This would be insanely beneficial if you actually care about your job. Now, if you just want to do the bare minimum, I'm a government accountant, I'm going to get my paycheck, I'm going to become a GS, whatever, and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to get my pension when I'm 57 because I'm not entrepreneurial. I can only survive in retirement by having a pension, because I don't have any skills. Then okay, you don't have to take this. But if you want to excel, you want to have some pride in your job and be better at it, okay, this wouldn't hurt. Oh, government financial accounting. Wow, that would really hurt you, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay. What else? Understanding of state and local. Yeah, you could get jobs anywhere with this. Okay. So it's not a shoe-in, but it definitely gets you a job. Okay. And the last thing, obviously, it's 85. If you're a member of AGA, the Association of Government Accountants, which I'm not, it's $40 a year to maintain the license plus some CPE, 40 hours. And if you're not a member of AGA, which is me, I had to pay $85 to renew it. But I mean, I got my little business. It's actually tax deductible. I'm going to deduct that on my tax return for my accounting business, 100% legit expense, I don't see the problem. Okay. So 100%. So let's skim this. Yeah. So it's worthwhile just to increase your knowledge of accounting. It can't hurt. And there may be a time in the future where you land a job or a raise or a promotion because of this certification, or it may help you with that. I don't see the issue. Okay. And if you want to get into government accounting, I mean, even if you have a hard time getting into government accounting, once you're there, you're going to be so much better prepared and more capable of excelling. And you're going to pick up things a lot faster because people are going to teach you stuff and you can actually ask good questions. Like, if I do this in SAP or whatever, enterprise, whatever, ERP, whatever they call it. If I do this in SAP, what's happening? Am I putting aside funds? And things will click better, basically. So I encourage people to get it. It's really not hard. It took me a year and a half to no, not a year and a half. Sorry, I'm crazy. It took me a month and a half to finish all the exams. I just studied. It's not super hard. I went into a test center. I took 3 different exams, and now I have it forever for the rest of my life. I'm Christopher Bell, CPA, CGFM. Okay, so that's kind of it. We'll do some comments, but hopefully that answered your question. And by the way, if anybody else wants a question, you send me $40. I will make a dedicated video to you. But it's 100% worth it. It makes you a better accountant, okay? Here's the link if you want to request a dedicated video. No sound. All right, this guy's screwing with me. Will you review a particular movie if I pay you for it? What movie? Okay, email me and let's talk about it. I don't know what movie you're talking about. Forensic accounting is more sexy. I'm getting my CFF and ABV. I don't even know what those are. Oh, wait, no, certified fraud. I thought it was CFE, certified fraud examiner. What's a CFF? Why did you put paid video in the title? People won't watch now. Oh, well, I got paid for it anyway. Nobody's going to watch a CGFM video. Nobody's going to watch a CGFM video. I mean, I know this video is going to absolutely bomb. That's fine. I got paid $40. Let's see. We changed your channel back to Strongman. I like it. Thank you very much. Yeah, this clown probably had his volume muted. Where's your hair going? It's going everywhere. Is it possible to work in any government sector, non-accounting, and get the CGFM certification? Yeah, did you see the requirements? You got to take the exams. You got to have a year. Oh, hold on a minute. Let's see. 2 years of professional experience in government financial management. So you have to have experience in, like, I guess you'd have to email them and ask them what they mean by that. But you have to be somehow involved in government finances, government financial management. So that's definitely a requirement for it. Let's see. I just opened a business checking at PNC. Also hired a bookkeeper for my plumbing. You should have hired me. I would have been your bookkeeper. You see any risks of AI taking your job? Just curious. No, I'm not worried about it. Clown fat man. Stop paying YouTubers for garbage programs or just public information. Thank you for your insight. You like audit? What's wrong with you? Audit is better than tax. I 100% disagree with that statement. Strongman person, can you pray for me because I'm missing 1 accounting credit out of 33 required for New York State for the CPA license? I've passed the CPA exam and have my experience. Well, I guess you got to take another class. Is hair better than Jeremy's? I guess. CFF, certified in financial forensics. It's given by the man. How many certifications are out there now? Like, God, there's just. I'm done. Like, if I was going to get another certification, I might get the CMA, Certified Management Accountant, because that's a cost accounting. I think that would be a good one to do. Oh! I got a donation. I'm rich. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Moore. Thumbs up for me, strong man. All right, guys, I think that's it. If anybody else wants a dedicated video, here's the link. I'll even do emails. I'd rather do a video, but I'll email you, okay? So just to conclude, CGFM, 100% worth it. Even if it does nothing for you, it helps you prepare for the CPA. That's like by itself, that's fine. That's a good thing. It makes government accounting easier, okay? And best case, it helps you get a job, which 100% it can. If I wanted to go back to the government, I could get in no problem. Am I going to do that? I don't know. I'd have to be desperate to do that. CPA versus CFA video. Hey, $40, man. $40. 40 smackers. Pay me, baby. But of course, I'm going to say the CPA is better. Come on, man. You know that. Thoughts on it? Oh, $40. $40. Pay me, baby. All right, guys. That's it for this video. Have a wonderful day.